coffee's pouring strong. Talking Tigers all morning long. Saints exceed headlines on the screen. Breaking it down with a little caffeine. Grab your mug, come on in. Let's wake this day and let it begin. It's Morning Scone. Everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple, gold, black and gold. Stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with Morning Scone. It's Morning Scone. Everybody on. Coffee's hot and the news is strong. Purple, gold, black and gold. Stories waiting to be told from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Talking sports and everything between. Wake up, smile, let's get it on. Start your day with Morning Scone. Where the coffee's hot, the takes are hotter.
Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MAT15, 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 15% off your order. And FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake Championship Health Partner of LSU Athletics. A sad day here today. Skip Bertman, you probably heard by now, he died overnight. Skip was 88. We got the word a day ago, I think maybe early yesterday, that Skip was in the hospital and was not doing well. Verge called me last night. I'm not saying he exclusively called me. I'm sure he called plenty of people, but he did call me to give me a heads up late last evening that Skip had kind of taken a turn for the worse. It was at 9:00 last night. He's like, he's very sick, taking a turn for the worse. So, and then I woke up this morning at 5. I got a text from Verge at 5:09 that Skip passed away at 1:30. He was in the hospital. His daughters were by his side. And he went peacefully in his sleep. So, that there's a lot of solace in that he went peacefully, that he's reunited with Miss Sandy, who died in March of 25. So, the tributes will pour in today. I know I've got mine, and I'm sure all of you do as well. There's the sports component of it, and then there's like the man himself. The sports component is that there may not be, quite literally, a more influential figure in sports in the history of the state of Louisiana. That's not hyperbole. When you put together the short list, he's on it, and we can debate the short list. We could talk about, Tom Benson. You can roll your eyes at that, but the reason that the NFL and the NBA are still in the state are because of Tom Benson. Huey Long, the efforts to get Tiger Stadium built and all the things he did for LSU Athletics in the 20s, 30s. I mean, it's a short list when you're talking about this. Skip not only was the greatest baseball coach that ever lived, winning 5 national titles, and we all know his history, but he built an entire economy around college baseball here that everyone in the country has replicated. I mean, college baseball wasn't a thing that people paid money to see and put on TV or any of that stuff. I mean, Skip did that. And so everything we see that college baseball is today, I mean, Skip birthed all of that. And so there's that component of it, the promotional side of it, the growing the game of college baseball. There's the 5 national championships, which, you can be a stalwart and someone who hangs around a long time and wins a lot of games, but to win 5 national titles and never lose in a championship game and all the stuff that made him the most incredible baseball coach, mind, motivator, all of it. And then you look on top of it as an administrator. I mean, Skip, walked away from the dugout in 2001 to become the athletic director, and largely, that move was made because they needed a massively popular figure to implement the personal seat licenses, the tradition fund. And it was the thing that LSU needed financially to move into the next era. But Skip was the most popular and beloved figure, arguably in the history of LSU sports. And he was the one that was able to do it, and people were going to go along with it. And so, just an absolute titan. I mean, and on a personal level, just the kindest, most complimentary man to me. The little like 8, 10, 12-year-old Matt Moscona would have to like pinch himself that Skip Bertman knew my name and knew who I was, and helped Skip a bunch when he would be up at the radio station, if he's there to record podcasts or shows, or when he came on my show, or if he had to do commercials and spots. He was always super complimentary of me and the job I did, which is humbling and awesome and everything, all the things you would imagine it would be. So I know there's a lot of people today that are mourning, but hopefully that are celebrating a truly extraordinary life. Incredible man. Skip Bertman. One of the funniest stories Skip used to tell was when he was at Miami and Mickey Mantle came in to do some type of presentation, and Mickey Mantle kept calling him Slip Bertram. So Musso and I, from time to time, would joke, and just whenever we refer to Skip, we would just call him Slip because of Skip's Mickey Mantle story. So Slip Bertram. Anyway. Okay, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe in your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. We'll get to your questions and comments. Good morning. Hey, Jacob, RIP to Skip. Yeah, man. Hey, Dalen. Can this week get any worse? Man, Skip was 88. He lived an awesome life, man. It's one of those things whenever someone who is elderly, who passes, obviously you mourn And there's sadness that you're not going to see him anymore. There's also the opportunity to sort of step back and celebrate their life and be happy for the experience you got with that person. And that's kind of how I feel about Skip. Hey, Abner, good morning. Lutcher Will, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Rest in peace to Skip. Hey, Luke, good morning. Billy, hold the rope. Yes, sir. Stephen, call Gordon, ask an attorney in their right mind would allow Jayden's team to follow through his silliness. Yeah. I don't know. The Jayden story obviously took over the world yesterday. On Wednesday night, I saw Mark Schlabach's piece late. So I wrote the story for LouisianaSports.net. We talked about it yesterday. And then naturally, knowing I was going to talk about it, I started making a bunch of calls. And that's when I started uncovering all the other lunacy of the day. And, I'm trying to rescind the Heisman and everything. It was obviously a monster day. I think my tweet about the Heisman, last I looked at it, was almost 3 million impressions on that tweet. It's crazy. It was that kind of day. I was doing interviews in D.C., at Sirius XM, all over the place. 3 million views on that tweet. It's crazy. Hey, Mike, good morning. Sad to hear about the passing of Skip Bertman. Yes, sir. Michael, good morning. Kind of alarming. Both of the Saints' top two receivers are injury prone. I can see why they loaded on that position this year. Let's hope they can stay healthy. Yeah, so if you missed it yesterday at practice, Thursday at practice, Jordan Tyson left with a leg injury. He jogged off, so hopefully it's not serious. And in fairness, Chris Olave played an entire season last year fully healthy. So let's hope, both for the Saints' sake and, of course, for Chris Olave's sake, that the concussion problem is behind him and he stays healthy the rest of his career and has a really productive, healthy duration of his career. And that whatever this is with Tyson is minimal and he can get back. Brad, good morning. Were you surprised how much the national media picked up on the Jayden story? I guess I'm always a little surprised, Brad. And I'll tell you candidly, I had 5 people confirm independently the Heisman piece of it. That Jayden someone on Jayden's behalf called the Heisman Trust to have the LSU's copy of the award rescinded so that they could display it at Jayden's high school. That's what they wanted to do. And I had honestly I was standing outside of football practice yesterday waiting to go in, and I'm writing a tweet that I was going to send with that. And I had my tweet. It was a long tweet. I had it written out. I showed it to Hunt. I showed it to Rivers. I said, do y'all think I should write a story on this, or do you think just tweet it? Just not even, And Hunt's like, I think there's enough there for a story. And Rivers like, well, I'd always rather it on the website than on Twitter. Like, would rather get us the traffic than Twitter the traffic. I was like, well, I guess, all right, fine. So instead of sending that tweet with all the info in it, I went and wrote the story. And then I sent a very brief tweet, which is the one that went viral, with the story linked in the comments. So I guess to answer your question, yeah, I'm surprised. I was just going to send it as a tweet, not thinking that it was going to, if you knew what was going to go viral, you'd go viral all the time. You have an idea of what stories are going to do well, but virality is a different thing. And all the memes yesterday and everything. And StubHub, did you see that? StubHub was cracking on Jayden. He's like, so it's not what did StubHub say? It was like, Effective immediately, we will no longer offer tickets in groups of 5. Out of respect for Jayden Daniels, we are only doing 4 or 6 plus. Thank you for understanding. Hey, Bradley, good morning. RIP to Skip. Shelby, good morning. Hey, Ben, good morning. Christian, bad news seems to never end. Any update on Gooden? Kidding. Steven, are you going to be on Feinbaum today? He hasn't asked. So I'm always happy to go on if we can make the time work. Devin, sad to hear about Skip. Was he dealing with sickness or something? Yeah, so Skip had really slowed down, and then he went in the hospital, as I understand it, with a heart-related issue, and he very quickly, I think it progressed quickly and obviously, severely. Hey, Dale. It would appear Regina has swiftly turned most of the best fan base in college football against her son. Really sad. Dale, I'm going to tell you again, man. Wasn't just Regina. I reported it yesterday. The first move was Jayden. Jayden found out about DJ. Some photos from Our Lady of the Lake photo shoot, preseason photo shoot with the NIL athletes. Someone in that room took a photo of DJ, like on their phone, took a photo of DJ and wearing 5. And that picture apparently got leaked to Jayden. That's how he found out. And then Jayden reached out to some LSU leadership, very upset. That's how it started. So Jayden's a 26-year-old man who's a multimillionaire many times over, quarterback of an NFL team. Jayden could have put a stop to this and didn't. So I think they grossly miscalculated what the reaction was going to be. I think Jayden thought, his mom thought he would have had far more support in this instance, which gross miscalculation. Hey, Dad, good morning. Praying for the Bertmans. Stephen, of all places to draw a line, hope Mama knows her baby's legacy is screwed. You can't be on the sideline this year with Shaq. Adam, good morning. RIP to a college baseball legend. Have a fantastic day. Wonderful weekend. Take care. Hey, Survive. Good morning. RIP to Skip. My love for LSU was because of Skip. I was a teenager, fell in love with LSU baseball. Thanks, Skip. Yeah, man. I got so many great memories. As we've talked about it plenty over the years, but I have so many great memories of LSU baseball. When we moved to Baton Rouge in the summer of '89, I was 7 years old. And, that was the start of LSU's 6 straight losing seasons in football. And so, Dale Brown, the 89-90 team, of course, was Shaq and Stanley and Chris. And then, Skip had baseball rolling at that point. And so many great memories, man. Going to baseball practice and then popping over to the box, watching the middle 3, get the lucky seat program. And if you caught a foul ball, you could bring it back to the concession stand. What they give you? They gave you like a program, or they gave you candy or something like that. Just all that. Going to regional games. 96, my last day of the 8th grade, my dad and I went with Mr. Jerry Marchand, if y'all remember Mr. Jerry, to watch LSU play UNLV in a regional. Eddie Furness hit a dramatic home run in that game. It's amazing, man. LSU baseball is such a core part of me and my childhood, my life, my adult life. And it's all Skip, RIP to the legend that created LSU baseball. Falcon, eternal rest in heaven to Coach Bertman. We are blessed to have had him as our coach and mentor. Amen. Hey, Scott, good morning. Tyga Poppy, good morning. Hey, Jacob, good morning. Phil, woke up to hear of Skip's passing. Prayers for the repose of his soul and for his family. Amen. Hey, Lou. Skip was the most important figure in the history of LSU. He changed everything. Yeah, I mean, I'd take it a step further and say, I mean, he's arguably, which is where we started today, he's arguably the most important figure in the history of Louisiana sports. Making people care about college baseball, building an economy around college baseball, the legacy that has been replicated by so many programs around college baseball. And then, of course, as the athletic director, the seat license, the tradition fund he implemented, he hired Les Miles. I mean, replacing Nick Saban. I mean, Skip was in so many ways just a massively influential figure. I mean, if he's not the most influential sports figure, not just in LSU, but in the history of Louisiana, I mean, he is on the very short list. Hang on one second. Y'all need to go wake up Drew.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Okay. That reminds me, y'all. I did get the new Bocock Brothers cigar box yesterday. And if you want a little bit of a tease, if you go look at the Bocock Brothers accounts, you can see a photo that we took with Jeff Landry at the governor's mansion on Wednesday, and the new box is in it. But I will, if you want the full display, as soon as it's ready to go live, I'll do the unveiling here. Hey, Connor, good morning. I want to thank you because I've begun building generational wealth on the sports betting by simply picking the 4 biggest WNBA favorites every couple of days, 5 for 5 on Fabian, what would you do if you had $1 million? I'll tell you what I'd do, man. Elon Musk was in Lafayette yesterday. Okay. Hey, Bubba, good morning. Devin, can it be Jayden wants money from LSU from the NIL side? No. I know someone like that. I know that. So I know that report was out there last evening, and that is so very clearly damage control by Jayden's side. And what that doesn't reconcile is the original report Wednesday night from Mark Schlabach at ESPN, which quotes a Daniels representative stating very clearly this all had to do with the jersey number. So if that part is true, that the cease and desist wasn't actually about the jersey number, it's because Jayden wants to be paid, blah, 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 blah. If that's actually true, then ESPN and Mark Schlabach are not credible and wrong with the quote they ran. They just made up a quote, and I'm wrong after having 5 people independently confirm for me the Heisman piece of it. I'm not wrong, and I don't think Mark Schlabach is wrong. I think someone in Jayden's camp is playing damage control, fed that quote to somebody who ran it. And consider the source. Say it all the time. Hey, Brett, good morning. Tiger Diver, good morning. Thomas, I'm 35. One of my first baseball memories is Cressy's walk-off. Had the privilege of sharing that with Skip, shaking his hand in 23 before the game of the Super Regional. Rest in peace. Yeah. I was there for Cressy's walk-off, man. That was one of my greatest sports memories of my life. That whole week, we were in Omaha. I've told you all this story before, but we were in Omaha the entire week. It was me, my dad, my brother, and my friend Ben, who passed in 2009. And because we were all together and we went to every game of that, not just LSU, every game of that entire College World Series, we'd get to Rosenblatt, at whatever, 8, 9 a.m., whatever, to be the first one in the gate because the outfield was general admission. So we would be the first one in line, gates open, we go sit in the front row in right field, and we set up shop there the entire week. It was awesome. And to see LSU go all the way and win it was just so cool. So Skip is the reason what LSU is today. Respect and love to the GOAT. Hey, Alex. Skip changed how the country viewed LSU forever. May God grant him eternal rest. Jacob, Matt, are you going to do your radio show at Don Juan on Fridays during football this year? So, yes, for home games. So, every home game for LSU football this year, Football Fridays for home games will be at Don Juan. Road games will be in studio. Hey, Rocky. Rest in peace, Coach. You've earned eternal rest. Michael, R.I.P. Skip. Luke, how does Levitt's arm strength look? How does it compare to Longstreet and Clark? Thanks for the coverage. I mean, looks good to me. Now granted, we're not watching live reps. We're not watching 11 on 11 or even 7 on 7. But, I had no problem making throws. Dalen, is it even possible to get these 22 players in the portal to a new team, learn a system before the season starts? Yeah, that's the great question, man. So it's one of those things where I think it would be beneficial if the ruling does go through. If you had players from a similar system who are familiar conceptually with what you do, or from the place you were before, I think that's a possibility. But I think also you can simplify things for people and fit them in a role. I've given this example before, but, when Kendall Beckwith was a freshman, he played rush end and quarterback in high school and ended up being a linebacker at LSU. But in 2012, in his freshman season, they were just like, hey, put your hand in the dirt and rush upfield on third down, and that was that. Hey, Bradlin. Matt, did Lane not want to answer your question about their process preparing for the portal window? Yeah, he didn't want to give away any trade secrets. And that's his prerogative, right? But that's why you ask questions. Like, you ask questions and you give them the opportunity to answer. They don't always have to answer, but I just think that shows incredible breadth and scope of work. If you're going to have your staff, and that's what I'm told, is that the player personnel staff, that's what they've done. Like, they broke it down. I don't know if they broke it down by like conference or by position or whatever, but they basically went through and looked at every player that has the possibility of coming back. A lot of those guys from 22 are in the draft. Some are obviously still in school. But they looked at which were the ones that played for 4 years, that had the extra year of eligibility, that didn't sign a pro contract, and they have their list together, and they're ready to jam if it happens. Craig, good morning. Bassmaster, good morning. And by the way, the position, edge, corner, running back are the positions I've been told, that they'd really be looking at if that portal does open. Hey, Seth. God bless Skip's soul. Seemed like a great human being. John, good morning. Do we have enough depth at tight end? JD LaFleur coming along, Grace shining. Yeah, that's a good question. I did have a conversation this week with someone on staff who told me they don't really have a prototype tight end where and Tradez is not a tight end. That sounds obvious, but they're not using it. He's a receiver. You can list him as a tight end, but he's a receiver. He's not going to be in the 3-point stance driving guys off the ball. That's not what Tradez is going to be. So, Malachi Washington's getting a bunch of reps. JD LaFleur is probably your most prototypical tight end, but Zach Grace, really, the transfer from Oregon, is your blocker. So, I think you'll see Tradez, Malachi Washington, Zach Grace probably playing the bulk of the reps at tight end. Jose, good morning. Love the show. Thank you. Andrew, good morning. We got to get going. Captain Boudreaux, where were you when Moore and Morse walked it off? I was with my dad. Laying in my bed with a heating pad on my back, watching it on the little TV in my bedroom. My dad and my sister were in our den. And I heard them erupt. I mean, I was watching it, but just one of the most incredible things. Unbelievable, truly. I remember going every summer to the box for Skip's baseball camp. I cannot wait. One of my favorite things is when people start posting their photos with Skip from the Skip Bertman baseball camp. I mean, everybody's got those, right? Where Skip's on a knee with his hand around you, you're standing there. I mean, it's like every kid in Baton Rouge has that photo. At 7:15, we got to get going. Hey, Bob, good morning. Boot up. No more basketball news night, not as of now. Bill, good morning. Brad, I kept seeing conflicting stories about the cease and desist. There are not conflicting stories, Brad. Someone close to Jayden, I think we probably know who it is, but put out leaked a statement to try to play damage control. I don't think anybody's buying it. Aw. Hey, Lori. Good morning. God bless you, Lori. God bless your dad. I know you know it, but he is loved and beloved by so many, and what a legacy. What a man. You know, incredible baseball coach, but he brought so much love and laughter into people's lives. I didn't even play for him, and I only knew him later in my professional life. I mean, of course, I know who Skip was forever, but on knowing Skip, I only knew Skip in my professional life later. But he was awesome, man. Sending hugs and love to you and your family, and everyone that knew and loved Skip. Tell you this much: it is going to be one heck of a celebration of life. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm sure. I don't know. Well, let me not say I don't know definitively if LSU has anything planned, a memorial, or I'm sure they will do something. But that's going to be one heck of a celebration of life for the skipper. So, God bless you, Lori. God bless you and your family. We're going to miss your dad. That's a good way to end it, y'all. Let's get out of here. The whole day, no doubt, will be just will be filled with Skip Bertman tributes, and rightfully so. Okay. Let's get out of here. Y'all have a great day. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast app, rate us, leave a review. We've got Locked On LSU Live, podcast, YouTube, and AFR at 3. LSU football does practice this morning at 10 o'clock. We get to talk to Blake Baker after, so we'll have some LSU football content for you. But the day belongs to Skip, and I'm looking forward to honoring him today on air, so we'll do that. All right, y'all have a great day. We'll see you.